everyone. Good morning. Welcome on into North Dakota today. Well, two things can be true about this time of the year. The holidays are both full of joy, but they can also be full of stress. Joining us this morning to help us learn how to cope with maybe some of the holiday madness is Dr. Abigail Miller of UnitedHealthCare. Good morning, Dr. Miller.
Good morning, Ashlyn. How are you?
I'm doing well so far, but it's great to have you on to get some information and learn some coping mechanisms. Just to kick things off, is it fair to say that we should have permission to feel both joy for the holidays as well as maybe that stress of trying to navigate this time of season overall?
Absolutely. So you are so right. This is a complicated time of year. For a lot of people, it is a time of joy and excitement, but it can also be a time of stress, anxiety, and even sadness. For some folks, this actually might be your first holiday season without a loved one.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Things like that can really be tough. So what are some of the best holiday coping strategies that you would recommend? I know for a lot of people, it gets tough to maybe try to say no during the holiday season.
Absolutely. So you're so right. So that is actually the very first tip that I have for people. So ways to cope with stress during the holidays and really year round. So the very first thing is it's okay to say no. And I'm going to say that again because I think it's so important for people to understand it is okay to say no. So many of us end up overstressed, overburdened, trying to take on too much. And that tends to lead to stress for ourselves. It brings on stress for our families. Sometimes it can lead to even, feelings of anxiety, even sometimes feeling, reluctant and just not feeling the joy of the holiday spirit.
Sure, yeah, it can be tough. So how can we find time for our own health, our own mental wellness? What should we be doing to check in with ourselves?
Yes, so that's tip number two. So tip number two to cope with holiday stress is to make sure that you're taking time for yourself for your own wellness. So for a lot of folks, that might be, making sure you're sticking to your regular exercise pattern. Moving your body is going to lower your cortisol level. Cortisol is that stress hormone. So whether that means that you're doing your usual morning workout, maybe it's yoga, doing something to get just a little bit of physical exercise is going to help lower your stress level. Another thing to think about when we're thinking about our own personal wellness is the things that we're eating and drinking. So I know you guys were just talking about it being gingerbread day. So it's really important to sort of recognize that during this time of year, especially, there tends to be a lot of treats and sweets around. And it's really easy to sort of mindlessly eat and end up overindulging. So pay attention to what you're eating and drinking, avoid those empty calories, and it's okay to splurge. Especially this time of year, there is such good treats and sweets around. So, make a plan and have those things that you're really looking forward to, but make sure you're not overindulging.
I love that. A great reminder. So what are some strategies, in your opinion, for trying to plan ahead and really navigate looking ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. So a key piece of, coping with stress is making sure that you're feeling like you've planned ahead and that you're ready for what's expected of you. So for a lot of folks, if you're hosting, making sure that you're planning your menu, maybe cooking ahead of time, setting a schedule so that things are coming out of the oven when they need to be coming out. Another area is delegating. For a lot of us, we tend to try to take on everything and we forget to delegate. So it's okay to assign, food dishes to other people. That way, you're sharing some of the burden with everyone else, and it doesn't put so much stress on you.
Yeah, great reminder. Sometimes you just got to ask for help. So what role should social media be playing in all of this? We had just mentioned that previously as well about how the usage is up for teens, but really for all ages, what should the role be?
Absolutely. So reminding people that if social media is a cause of stress for you, that it's okay to tune it out this time of year. Go ahead and you can hit that block button. You can hit mute, so that a lot of the social media apps will allow you to mute somebody for a certain amount of time. especially this time of year, it tends to be you see a lot of sort of perfect pictures of the perfect family, the perfect table, the perfect Christmas card, and that can be really hard to sort of feel like you're measuring up to your neighbors. So it's okay to just go ahead and mute that social media for the month of December.
Okay, I like that. Take it as permission, everybody. And before we let you go, what are the 3 F's? What do we need to remember?
Yes, so it's really common this time of year and really every time of year. But I feel like it's more so around the holiday. The 3 F's are really the causes of stress. So family, food, and finances. So again, some helpful coping mechanisms to just help you get through this holiday time and any time of year.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Miller, so much for the information this morning. A great reminder in the holiday season.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, you at home, stick around. Coming up next, Dakota Plains Realty is in studio for their weekly Valley Living segment. Stick around.